What are some of the most deadliest diseases, and what is it like to die from them? Now, before you scroll on, hear me out. I'm Hospice Nurse Julie. I'm here educating you about death and dying because I find that the more we know, the less we fear. And all of us want less fear around death. I've been doing this series where I educate about specific diseases and what you can expect from them. This week I'm doing end-stage kidney disease, which is what this question is. So most people who come on hospice with end-stage kidney disease or end-stage renal disease are people who have been on dialysis for years. Dialysis is a place they go for 3 times a week usually and sit on a machine for 3 to 4 hours, and the machine acts as their kidney. So it filters out all of the poisons and helps their body run and them to function. After a while, either the person gets sick of doing it and is like, I can't do this anymore, or the person's body is like, I can't tolerate this anymore. So they have to stop dialysis, and once they stop dialysis, they come on hospice. Now, this is just my experience, but from my experience, people with end-stage renal disease who come off dialysis and come onto hospice have a really clear path ahead of them. They usually will live for another 7 to 10 days. So it is very short, but it's very predictable for the most part. The person will come on hospice and they usually will live for another 7 to 10 days. Their main symptoms will be sleeping all the time, and then confusion and sometimes itching. So definitely confused, definitely itchy because your bilirubin's high, so you get itchy, but mostly sleeping. Out of all of the diseases that I see, I do feel like end-stage kidney disease is a pretty peaceful death, in my opinion. People always talk about wanting to just fall asleep, and I feel like that is how it is with end-stage kidney disease. They just fall asleep and eventually die. Again, it is pretty brief, so 7 to 10 days once you stop dialysis, that's pretty brief, but in those 7 to 10 days, you're usually just pretty sleepy. There are medications we can give for the itching and for the confusion. Every once in a while, someone will be really, really confused, so they'll need a lot of medication to keep them relaxed. But in general, I've seen this death be a very, very peaceful death. Let me know if you've experienced something like this with a loved one or family member. And don't forget to like and follow for more death and dying information. Thanks, guys. Love ya.